Welcome to FMK Anime. I'm your host,
FAQ.
Meep, joined by my co-host, children, Gilly and Delaron. Say hi.
I went from father to uncle to brother to child. This family's weird. Hi everyone, I'm Dalaran. Dalaran Quest. Welcome.
I mean, look, Dalaran, it's obviously a West Virginia family where it's all the same thing. I'm
Mountain
Gilly. Nice to see you
Mama.
guys.
The FMK lore is pretty wild, not gonna lie.
Yeah, seriously. We have our own timeline. Are we creating our own cinematic universe, boys?
We're our own
I mean,
grandpas.
I mean, with each season, we get a new lineup of fighters. Yes. This
Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na.
is this is a show where we watch a list of anime each week. And at the end of each week, we can cut one anime. If if we get a tie, we have to pull out the wheel. Three knives take precedence over two knives. Two knives equal death. But if a show only gets one knife, it gets to live. This
Wait,
week,
we're supposed
we
to
watched
watch the
three.
shows?
Did you
Oh no.
sniff the shows again,
Well,
Gilly?
No.
I told
that's
you.
a de facto knife from Gilly. But this week, let us talk about Jujutsu Kaisen, episode 21. In this, the kids recover from their battle, while the curses get away with the fingers and several other cursed objects. They continue the tournament with baseball, with Tokyo winning, and the principals of both schools discussing Itadori's existence. I liked this breather episode.
I see why Gilly called it filleresque.
It still feels like filler, but the beginning describing exactly what I was happy that he did collect more than just the fingers. I enjoyed.
Oh yeah, you're right. Also, he did get all the fingers, even though they only showed
Yeah,
one
they
last
got all
episode, and
six,
then this episode they showed two.
but he's got all six, and he got the cursed womb
Yep,
artifact, cursed paintings.
Cursed Womb parts 1 through 3 coming to a store near you.
Yeah, cursed paintings 1 through 3.
Oh, were those two separate things? Because I thought the womb was the three separate pieces. What a lovely conversation.
It's
No,
I
they were
don't
separate.
I don't fully know. I think they're all technically part of the same thing, but they're in separate pieces.
I feel like this episode is more self-aware than the previous one was because it just straight up opened up with the blonde, not kid with the hand sword just being like, "Well, I did nothing," and I'm like, "Well, he said it, so we don't have to." And
I mean,
then
the Jujutsu Stroll was pretty self aware as well.
yeah, the Jujutsu Stroll was straight up on the noise. I mean, I guess we can talk about that now since it's brought up. Like, I mean, at this point, they're just calling themselves out. I did, however, find it funny that everyone pretty much said the same thing they said last time in the cat dog question as for the bread rice. However, there was a continuity error. Um, Voice Boy said that he prefers rice for breakfast, even though his baseball card said that he likes bread for breakfast with ham, cheese, and a little bit of Tabasco.
I think that was on purpose. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, the thing is, he also could only speak in rice ball ingredients,
Fuck,
and I
you're
don't
right.
think bread. I don't think so. Saying rice ball, I think means bread, which is just confusing.
Oh, I can't believe I didn't think of that.
Yeah, look. It gets that has to be the most confusing moment I had to have because I had to realize like he was saying bread, but he was saying rice. Huh.
God damn
Toga
it, voice
brain.
boy.
I love him.
Hello. He's the best.
I
Toga is great.
I thought it was curses hang. I thought it was fun. The curses hanging out on the beach, discussing invagaties. I'm a sucker for that kind of villain shit.
Their their base of operations being some tropical beach somewhere, and every time we're there, we see Mr. Squid just in the ocean.
What if that's the Squid's
I
domain
love
expansion?
It maybe is
could be.
his domain expansion. It's a tropical paradise.
I I want this squid to be a good curse, like he joins the good side. I kind of want
No.
that.
No. But
He was like such a good boy.
if anyone's ever lived for an extended period of time, for like over more than a few months, in any tropical climate, you know how fucking destructive that could be during rainy season, or like monsoon season or storm season. Different places have different names for it, but yeah, it's. I don't get me wrong. I love the sea and the ocean and the beach, but damn it all, can that be a force of nature? Which, speaking of force of nature, apparently Hanami is starting to sound like more of a curse.
I liked that. I'm not gonna lie. I like Hanami and Mahito's evolving friendship. I'm a sucker for villain interactions.
I also, who gave Mahito the right to be so ripped?
He did. He can make his body however he wants.
That's a good point. When he was leaning in the beach chair, homie had like an 8-pack.
I was gonna say, did you not see him in the fight with Nanami and Yuji?
I don't
Boy,
think I
was
was.
fucking ripped.
I don't think I was paying attention to him that way. I was more paying attention to Itadori and Nanami just straight up beating stomping his shit and bringing forth his kink, something he shares with Hori, kink forward so he can activate his domain expansion. I mean explosion. I mean climax. I mean, damn it.
It's okay,
So,
Dalaran. You may not be looking at his body, but you know Meep always is.
so I was talking with a friend about something that happened last episode, and it made me realize last episode I brought up the point of, oh well, Hanami didn't fire that super mega cannon because Toto was just gonna swap Hanami and whoever the cannon was aimed at. But my friend brought something up to me. Hanami was about to domain expansion, he thought, so it would automatically hit, and I was like, oh.
Eh, maybe. We have no idea. And like from last week's conversation, I'm still like I like Hanami a lot. But like I'm not happy that Hanami's alive, gravely wounded, but alive. But that means nothing because fucking Jogo got his he got fucking decapitated, and he's fine. So whatever, none of that really mattered except for like the setup for Hanami's hopefully actual fight.
You say none of it mattered, but these fights are drives for character development. Don't.
That's true.
I
That's true.
legitimately don't know what you mean when you say the fights don't matter. Character development has always come from them,
That's
whether
true.
it be villains or our heroes.
We got amazing character development, which also the show kind of retconned for humor's sake. I don't think they're actually going to get rid of it. I just think Itadori is like also overwhelmed now that he's not in primal mode with Toto. But yeah, the character development does matter. It's just if I'm watching a fight and I know no one's going to die, then it's like the stakes are way lower for me.
I don't know, like he was running around like avoiding Toto because just like, look, I don't know. There was a lot going on. I couldn't think. But then when they're in the baseball seat, he gets hit and he's holding him like he's fucking dying on the ground.
Toto's
Even
card is my absolute favorite out of all of them.
I
Where it's just
I'm glad I got that screenshot.
went to the middle school internationals with Itadori. Itadori denies this.
Because they never went to school together.
I fucking love how Toto is this delusional bastard.
But
Yeah,
also like
he's
surprisingly wise.
He's so wise, but he's fucking crazy, and I love it.
I want Mila to stop calling herself useless. It breaks my heart every time I see it.
Well, you know what? I didn't mind it because immediately after saying it, she went into a full in-depth explanation as to why she doesn't actually think she's useless.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's just she was asleep for the whole thing and she feels bad about it, even though she had no control over it.
Yeah, she got togas.
Toged.
Toged. I like that both Itadori and Toto were the catchers, and then Toto was just like this fucking goes into this melodramatic scene of like, I wished you to, you know what? Now that I'm saying this out loud, Toto, my boy, I wish you were my pitcher, Itadori, and I'm like,
I like how Nobara or was it Maki or Nobara that threw it at his face?
That was Maki.
Yeah, Maki threw it directly at his face. I thought it was Nobara at first too, but if you rewatch it, you can see the glint of her fucking glasses.
Well, no, Nobro goes nice. Nobro goes Maki, nice peach,
Yeah,
nice peach.
that's right after too.
Yeah.
With the initial throw, you can see the glasses as
I
well.
just I just laughed because literally for the notes I have, what the fuck, assholes, the lot of you.
Everyone's just saying nice pitch, and Itadori's just looking down like, Toto, everybody really hates you.
Uh, can I just say I love Itadori's friendship with Noburo and Fushiguro that we see at the start.
It's so casual and it's nice.
It
Oh,
was nice.
oh yeah. They're just eating, and he's like, "Get me something easier to digest." Like, shut up, eat the pizza.
Ate the pizza. Also, in regards to the Toto scene, Toto's English is amazing. It is so well done, and you know he knows what he's doing. If you watch the Christmas special, which was, I think, Itadori's voice actor and Toto's voice actor hanging out, just talking about the show and stuff. You can just tell by Toto's voice actor that he's someone who has fun with his job, and when he gets to chew the scenery and take a scene for a mile, he absolutely does. I mean, he pronounced the etc. as etc. And I'm like, motherfucker. Where are you going, brother?
Also, I love Toto's casual wear too. It's really nice.
Just a purple t-shirt.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it is so leisurely. I don't know. It's just something about it. It's really cool. I like it. I actually like a lot of the alternative outfits in this show because they do
Yeah.
a bunch of different things, a bunch of different outfits, rather than like here's what I fight in. Here's my one other thing that I wear sometimes.
Yeah.
They actually have
yeah.
clothing, especially Gojo.
Of course.
He has a lot of fucking outfits, and every time he wears something new, it's great.
You two are so horny for
fucking love
Gojo.
He has
Gojo.
he has one of the most like out there personalities in the show.
Oh yeah, absolutely love like how he. It's like, oh, there's not gonna be any fights this year. Everyone's like, what? And then they eventually drew cards. It's like baseball, and both friends were like, wait, no, they should all be fights. And he's just whistling.
And then he's walking away whistling, and then one of the principals, don't know which one, was just like, Gojo, kind of like fucking Robot House, and he just starts jogging a little bit faster.
The way he does everything, the way he does everything, like when they're talking and they're showing like that very dramatic, very very like stereotypical scene where they're talking and the ants are walking across carrying some like a chip or something. It looks like he steps on them, but he didn't. He used
No.
his fucking thing to avoid them, which is
Yeah.
fucking bullshit.
Yeah. Like,
Great,
I'm
but
glad you
it's-
brought that scene up because I was hoping to do it. I was hoping it would come up. Yeah. So that was his power, right? Like, because he straight up stepped on them, but none of them died.
that was him using his power to just like not actually touch them.
That's fascinating because that also, I mean, he did it just to piss the principals off because Jesus shit.
Yes, that's fucking Gojo.
It's fucking Gojo.
I do like how it went more in depth into like both the principals just talking, and they're like, well, by Jujutsu law, he can't be allowed to exist. It's not. I have no opinion on him as a person, but by law, he must die. It's like, well, you're still a shit, and I hate you. I I kind of get it, but you're also an old conservative bastard, so I also don't.
Yeah, that's what
Or
it
not
comes down to.
conservative, traditionalist. Traditionalist is the right word.
It feels conservative.
Again, I'm from Canada. Conservative has different connotations here.
But yeah, it's very much like old, outdated ways of thinking about things that, and Gojo's much more, I won't call him anarchistic, but he's very chaotic good, let us say.
Well, I mean, Gojo is at the very like episode 2 was actively saying he doesn't like how the elders kind of people do things.
Yep, and he is.
He's never agreed with their methods or their thoughts.
Yeah, he is not a fan.
I the way the show does characters and its comedy is great. This episode was needed, I think, because
Yeah,
next episode seems like it's very high octane. I think we needed this.
I agree. This, I mean, after like the, I mean, you say like next episode. I don't watch previews, but like you say the next episode is high octane. I think the last episode with like the Hanami fight and then Gojo just fucking eradicating, 10. I'd say about like a 10 foot mile of the 10 foot wide mile of the fucking terrain around. Yeah, I think everyone needed to relax, and I think knowing Gojo and how he plays the aloof fool very well, but who's actually like very serious and calculating. I think he did that on purpose. Like when they're like, "We should cancel the event," he's like, "Yeah, well, hold on. Let's ask the kids. It's for them to decide." And then he, obviously stuffed the ballot box with the baseball vote, and he's looking out for the kids and making sure that they're okay. And by extension, we also get to breathe and just enjoy some fun, casual, kind of like off work hour fun.
He took over the tri-state area.
I don't get that reference. However, speaking of references, I am very surprised. I was fully like the way Gojo was playing up being the umpire. I was really expecting them to just have Gojo go like reference that this ball is long gone, just like my ex-wife, home run, like that video. I think that would have been amazing if they memed, because that's a Japanese meme no less in the show.
I think it was Korean. I'm not sure but it's like long gone, like the ex-girlfriend that will never return, and it's that video.
Yeah, that one. The fuck that one. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Home run! This ball is long gone! Just like ex-girlfriend who will never return. Home run! Oh my god.
I'm trying to think of anything else I have to speak about on the episode.
I mean, yeah, it was just an enjoyable episode, you know?
Yeah.
What about you,
Other
Gilly?
than Turtle being
Sorry,
the
Amy.
best.
I liked. I felt like they were. I don't know. Maybe it was just a mindset I was when watching the episode, but like the entry scene with Blonde Boy and Blonde Curse User and Mahito was really good. The fluctuations of intensity was really nicely paced, and more importantly, literally illustrated through the facial expressions and the close-ups. Um, the rest of the episode was just a good time. Like I agree with you, Meep. The speech, the little conversation between the two principals was good, because even Yaga, the Tokyo principal, was just like, yeah, man. Even I don't really know how I feel about Itadori and him being the vessel, but I want to give him a chance. And the principal's like, let the youths bloom in this spring.
You two ready for cards? Or
Yeah. Gil, you all set?
They have enough fingies to make an entire hand.
Oh, fuck, you're
Plus
not wrong.
one.
But they're planning to offer that to Sukuna, right? Like, that's like, here, we brought you all your fingies.
My assumption is that they are going to be offered to Sukuna if he agrees to join them.
Yeah. But
And if he doesn't, somebody else is probably going to consume them. Probably one of the actual curses who will absorb its power rather than becoming a vessel.
that's
maybe
also what I think is
Mahito.
gonna happen.
Yeah, that'd probably be Mahito since he's an actual curse.
And he can bend his soul. And now he's mad at Sukuna for Daddy Sukuna telling him no, no touchy,
Or bitch slapping him.
out of his soul.
Get the fuck out of here, you fucking kids, off my lawn.
I will say this though. The monk. There was another character mentioned that we didn't bring up. The Tagata, I think his name was, the living human tree that sets up the barriers, which I'm very curious to see him revealed in his appearance. I'm very curious to see how they make him look. If he's going to be like a monk mummy, like if you look at like Buddhist mummies or like meditation mummies, like people who are just like completely entranced and are so old that they just age to death, like they literally dehydrate. Um, so that's a character concept that I'm kind of curious to see how it gets elaborated upon. But yeah, no, the evil monk with the headscar, he's very insightful because he figured out Sukuna's interest in Fushiguro, or it is implied that he is figuring it out.
Oh, Ghetto. Sorry, I thought you were talking about the other monk they mentioned because there was that kid with the white hair and red hair combo.
Oh yeah, yeah. Todoroki Light.
I want Jujutsu Kaisen Zero to be animated so bad so we can talk more about Ghetto.
Oh, it goes into him.
Yeah, as we've said, it's very big on Okotsu and Ghetto.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that we have another player introduced for the kid, which the androgynous monk. Don't know what they're about. Nothing really to talk about it for me, at least. Just they're literally just shown. They look timid. They probably aren't. They're probably scary. Um, but with the whole League of Villains figuring out that Sukuna has an investment in a particular student, and that student being Fushiguro, I really don't want him to be kidnapped like Bakugo, and I really don't want the show to like repeat that scene
They they didn't determine it was Fushiguro. That was just showing it for
yet.
the
Yeah,
audiences.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I know, but
They
yet.
yeah, they determined that he has an interest in a student, but they don't know if it's Fushiguro.
I'm just saying, like, when that does come to light for them, and it comes to the foreground instead of the background, I I hope we don't get like the Bakugo getting kidnapped by the League of Villains kind of
But
situation.
I mean, who else would he be interested in? Nobara? No,
I mean, Nobara does
that's
have
just
that dump.
mean.
No, Nobara does have that dump truck.
Oh, guys.
Also, the Bakugo getting kidnapped by League of Villains was done really well. Shows his character that showed his character that he isn't just this Sasuke. That entire thing was just meant to be deconstruction of the Sasuke retrieval arc. If I'm being honest,
I can see it from that. I can see that from that perspective.
I just love how he's like, go play in traffic. I ain't gonna be no villain because it would be completely out of his character to go to be a villain.
Ah,
He's a
yes.
shitty guy, but he's not evil.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure bullying someone to kill themselves is evil. Anyway, y'all ready for cards?
It can change. You don't know what I was. You don't know what I was like in middle school.
Well, if you're a Bakugo, then you were bad.
Again, people can change. Just like me, I'm gonna fuck the show. I don't. That is actually not a change. That is the complete opposite of a change.
Yeah, the way you
That's I
phrased
am.
that.
Yes, I
No,
was just waiting for Meep to kill this show.
no. I'm gonna fuck this episode. This show is really good. It is my favorite of this season. Still, I hate to be boring, but I love it so much.
Hey, man, you like what you like. You're really hard on it. Like you have a real big hard on for this show. But hey, you like it. You really enjoy it, and you should be able to enjoy and relish in it.
I like relish on my hot dogs.
Ah, but did you like this episode of Jujutsu Kaisen, Gilly?
It still felt It still felt really fillery, but I did enjoy it. Yes, so I will fuck this episode.
Yay!
I do also I do like it felt it had a very fillery feel, but it obviously wasn't, and I could get past that. I will actually say though, all the information in the beginning felt so just info dump. It was not. It hurt me for a second because there was a lot they just dropped right there in the beginning that was never brought up previously.
Yeah, I agree. It's just something that comes for me. I can get past it because it's just something that comes with shonen, unfortunately. Because there's a lot of players, there's a lot of big names, things like that.
Like that was probably my biggest complaint with this episode was the opening and how much of an info dump it was. It was a
It
lot of
definitely.
important stuff. It was stuff that needed to be told, and I don't dislike it for that. It just felt like so much so fast, and some of it seemed like they talked. Some of it almost felt like they were talking about it like we already knew about it, but it never got brought up.
I think I agree that it was very info dumpy. It definitely felt like that was the transitional chapter in the manga, but I actually liked the way it was expounded upon and it was served to us. With that emotionally intense scene with the blonde kid in the beginning, and then that same old casual beach talk. Is it the best exposition? No, but I was fond of the way it was done.
Now, question: would we still consider Maki or not Maki, Mai and Mekamaru antagonists?
I hate Mai. She's the worst. She ate Miwa's mango.
She did, but okay, you hate her as a person, but what about her as a character? Do you think she's a good character?
Oh yeah, no, she's interesting. She's just a bitch.
Okay. Look, I'm just asking because I feel like if we nominate Hanami, he's gonna lose because I can't in all good consciousness put him above Adam, unfortunately.
Them, but yeah.
I do wish we got a bit more out of Hanami,
I
but
really do too. I
context
think
was enough for me.
it just
I
they
like
just became
like
textbook
my
unga bunga.
I liked mine too. Mine was fun.
Nope, she ate Miwa's mango, and I'll never forgive her. Anyway, blonde girl cheated, and I'm fucking this show.
But it even had a thing that said due to small teams, one outfielder can use Jujutsu curse powers, and I had that in a little text bubble.
I saw why.
She didn't cheat. They just
Valron,
didn't have the information ahead of time.
Valron, you're just jealous she cheated on you, and that's why you're cheating on her with the show.
I'm fucking this episode. It's a good episode. It's a very good transitional episode. It was like Meep said, it was a good breakaway. And unlike Meep said, blonde girl cheated.
On you.
You know, one thing one thing I haven't brought up with the blonde witch girl that I always forget to. What is it with her and that cheek blush she has that makes it look like she's drunk half the time?
Oh, she does look a little flushed.
Like it's a very regular thing, and it's not like it doesn't look like a makeup kind of thing. It looks like a wow, this is my fifth shot of whiskey kind of thing.
Yeah. She like that or like a little bit sunburned, but then it would be on her forehead too. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just
I
a
think
cute little accent for her.
yeah, I know it's intentional. It always her facial expressions and the way it's colored. It seems like they do want to make it seem like she's been drinking.
Maybe she's always horny for Mai.
Uh,
Yes.
I said it so that Meep didn't have to say it.
Listen, I need to see a doctor because my hard on for the show has been going longer than 4 hours.
Thanks, chat.
Took it from you. I will take.
Thanks for that one, chat.
my last little thing, I fucking love. I don't know if that was actually Mekamaru or if that was just Mekamaru's face painted on a pitching machine.
It was a pitching machine with a Mekamaru decal.
Like it's hard to tell because the way they they angled it and the way they portrayed it. I'm very concerned because I don't know.
I want.
I think that's the point.
I mean, it is the point. It absolutely is the point. But like, I want a scene later on where people are just talking about it, like, yeah, you guys cheated, or like, no, like Mekamaru just casually brings up that he's like, yeah, playing baseball with all of you was fun, and everyone's like, what? He's like, what? We thought that was just a pitching machine. He's like, no, that was me. And like, what the fuck?
If that was him, I'd feel bad for him.
Just a pitching machine.
I fucking love how Nobara just goes up to Mai and is fucking starting shit.
Oh my
I
god.
That's a
mean,
try.
that's how it
Oh,
is.
Yeah. Speaking
Yeah.
of starting shit, Meep.
That's a trifecta for Jujutsu Kaisen. Now we go on to Skate the Infinity, episode 9. Longa and Joe's beef continue, and when it looks like Longa will lose, Reki cheers him on. Longa wins, but snaps his board in the process. Adam and Cherry are up next, and Cherry believes Adam won't hurt him, but Adam proves him wrong when he clotheslines him, fucking killing him.
No, he decks him in the face with his deck. And by his deck, I mean his skateboard. I did not see that coming.
Yeah, I was not prepared for Adam to fucking get off his board, gr- lift it up, and literally destroy the way that his body was laying on the ground, the after of him in the fucking wheelchair. He hurt him bad.
Yeah, before I used to talk
Yeah.
about how this show doesn't depict the damage and dangers of physical harm that skateboarding inherently brings with it. After this episode, I realized this show just doesn't want to show gore. Like, it doesn't want to show blood. It doesn't want to show like actual like serious injury. That's just the show's aesthetic and style. Cherry got laid the fuck out, and
Yeah,
I did not feel good about it. My jaw dropped when Adam did that, because like it was crazy, because you could like the whole episode, they're like they kept like teasing Cherry's and Joe's conversations, like Adam keeps ignoring our beef, right, you know why, right? And then Joe's like, yeah, because he's scared he's gonna lose, right? And then Cherry's like, no, and it keeps cutting off, as if we don't know what he's going to say is that Adam finds us boring, or Adam thinks like we're not even worth the challenge. um, and Adam was bored the whole beef, and then he goes ahead, does a tango dance, kicks off the board, and like just the animation on the dancing, and then more importantly the kickboard sprint grab decked was so fast and brutal. It was just ooh.
The way I read into their conversations that Cherry thinks Adam doesn't want to hurt them because they used to be friends. That was the way I read into it.
Oh.
Yeah, because that's very much like even the flashback. It's portraying that like Adam and them used to be very close, and he caught him, and like Cherry's like, "I know you can't hurt me, Adam," during the beef, and then Adam gets in front of him, then fucking doesn't. He's like, "Let me tell you the real reason why I don't skate against you. It's boring."
okay, so the flashback.
I think
Now
Meep's
we're on
right.
that fucking screenshot. God fucking damn. Okay,
Cherry's gay for
I
Adam.
no now most of the time I don't go. Most of the time I'm not the one of this, but there was some very palpable sexual tension in some of those scenes.
Yeah, if you
Oh yeah,
think
there was.
Adam wants to fuck Longa, then you cannot stand here or sit here and say that Cherry doesn't want to fuck Adam.
Oh,
Did I
I
say
know Cherry
Longa?
does.
If Adam wants to fuck Longa, you can't tell me that Cherry doesn't want to fuck Adam.
Like what I get with Adam and Longa is creep to the max, but that fucking shit with Cherry and Adam is just fucking hell. It's, uh,
They're gay for each other. I mean, what?
Also, seeing little Adam before he was like a psychotic cunt, was really nice. He's cute. He was filled with happiness, skating with his friend
he was
Snake.
happy. He was handsome. He was nice. And then he went to America.
Do you think the show's gonna end with Adam getting arrested and or dying?
You know, he changed before he went to America, but then it apparently got even worse when he did. You know, this show gives me the feel that we might actually have it might be one of the shows where our villain is redeemed by the end, and I'm okay with that because the more I see this, the more I feel for Adam, and I hate it, but at the same time, I want it.
I don't know, man. I Adam, every episode he does something deplorable, whether just being a smarmy fucking asshole. I mean, he radiates Disney villain energy, but man, like what he did to Cherry, like that's not okay. His board has horns on it, guys. He basically gored Cherry.
And some of the fanfictions want to see him vor Cherry. I mean, what?
Boo, boo! I put the fruit on the ground for a reason. Meepo's bad, and yet you still picked it up.
The fruit tart on the ground.
God damn it! Can't escape.
Not as long as I'm still alive. See, you know, probably you won't have to after a certain period.
Oh.
Just waiting for that to click.
I thought you meant
Next.
that the show was like eventually the joke will get old, and now I
No.
realized sad.
No, the joke is I won't get old.
So next episode is Shadow versus Miwa.
Is that what that's going to be?
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, that's what it seems to be insinuating, which is what I was already calling for because of the dynamic they built.
Also,
It made sense with them.
speaking of Shadow and Miwa, do Shadow? I've only watched the preview bit from last episode. I normally skip it. Has Shadow and Miwa been doing all of them, or does it change from character to character?
Changes from character to character.
Okay, cool.
Also, both big players, or two of the biggest players, got taken out in the first rounds.
Yeah. I guess we didn't really talk about the Joe and Longa race, which was pretty dope.
I was gonna bring that up in a minute, just in a moment.
Yeah,
So
I thought it was great. Just a little gimmicky, a little bit of protagonist superpower.
I mean, that was the whole point of it, honestly. I the the kind of shit that Joe does, fucking hell.
He is a muscle man.
That big muscly body isn't just for show.
He fucking starts suspend planking on his board to go fast.
He kicked a steel beam
He
and
did
made
kick a
it
steel beam.
move.
It's true. He did do that. And then Longa jumped over it, and on the swing back, he used it to propel. Yeah, that was so stupid. I mean, listen, this show is just over the top, skating, bombastic fun. So there's no point of getting upset when it's like, excuse me.
Like it was dumb, but it was a fun kind of dumb.
Yeah, exactly. Like this show's gonna have fun, and if you're not watching it to have fun with it, then why are you here?
Because I'm contractually obligated to watch the show. I can't.
Listen, you fuck.
I really like this episode. Sorry,
it's
I'm not talking much. My mouth is in pain because dental.
Well, you shouldn't suck so much dick.
Hey, don't tell him how little or how much dick he should or should not suck.
My wisdom teeth have been coming in for a while. It's just they're starting to hurt again.
Yeah, no, I know that pain. But yeah, no. In regards to this app, yeah, I mean, I really don't have much to say about the Longa and Joe fight. Skate off. I thought it was cool. I'm glad we got to see what Joe can do, but I feel like they were just like, "Yep, this is Joe's like wheelhouse. These are his tools. This is everything he does. Okay, now he's back to the background." Like I know he wasn't going to lose to Langa because him and Langa and Adam need to have their predestined, preordained Adam and Eve fucking nonsense skate off, but it's just a shame to see Joe fall to the sidelines too, since he's been hyped up a lot. He's still a great character. That after credits scene was really touching. It was sweet. It was sweet. It was cute. Like even Adam called out. I feel like that was the show calling itself out. Like it's like, are you guys going to do this bit for much longer, or can we begin? It's gonna soon be time to skate. I thought it was great.
I mean, at least Joe got a full skating match.
Cherry
Fucking
got laid the
Cherry
fuck
got
out.
dirty.
Yeah.
That the Adam's fucking comment when he did that was really painful to listen to as well.
Because you're
Just
boring.
it's not even
Everything about you and how you skate is predictable.
yeah, it look all of that hurt. I think the thing that got me the hardest was it was so boring, it was so predictable. The race wasn't even worth making it to the finish line to him.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
he said it didn't deserve to make it to the finish line.
Adam's a fucking asshole.
That was harsh.
Beyond.
Like he could have easily just beat him, but no, had to take it to that just next stage. Had to really make it hurt.
And hurt it did.
I feel so I feel so bad for Cherry.
Uh, for me, yes and no. Like, I do feel bad for him. Like, it's obviously Adam was someone to him that he was inspired by, was motivated by. He had an affection both as a friend and very likely more than. But and I get like how he's suffering, but also like Cherry like stopped racing for the stopped skating for the skating and was just doing it to win the race, and like everything was pre-calculated and just optimizing, and I see. I thought it was a really good setup. I see how Cherry fell, and while he fell in a like brutal way, uh, I totally see how that could have happened. Did I disconnect?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
No,
No.
I think honestly at the end of the day, I think what Cherry and Joe I it seemed like a thought process for them is if they could win, maybe they could get their friend back.
Yeah, absolutely. That's always been what they wanted this whole time.
And that just makes it so much sadder.
What if Adam tried to
Yeah.
deck Joe with his board?
Yeah.
Oh, robot.
I don't I don't I'd say the board would break, but I
Yeah,
think what was is like more likely is just that it just be like hitting a metal pole, just doesn't go anywhere.
it just shatters across Joe's body.
His pecs glisten.
Meep, you're back with us, or are you still a robot?
I didn't say anything. I
Alrighty. Also, the one thing I will say that I didn't really enjoy about this episode is that, like, I guess I was like surprised they didn't like after the Joe and Langa race, right? When Adam was announcing the next race, I'm surprised they didn't have any sound effects or like music for like all of Adam's shenanigans. Like he was hopping around, but there was no tippy tappies. There's no like dramatic mariachi music.
think they were just trying to keep it serious because of the subject matter they were tackling with this race.
I
Well,
guess.
part of it as well is is that for the majority of, well, no, yeah, for uh their entire race, he wasn't being as theatrical.
Yeah, I guess they were setting up.
Because he didn't even have the motivation to be theatrical because he found that so just roll.
You say that, but the opening scene to Adams and Cherry's race was incredible. Like, holy shit. They started strong. That fucking mad dash kind of Naruto running, the way they threw their boards, and like the animation, like frame by frame, was mwah, so good.
Yeah,
Well,
but
as it
Adam
showed in his
himself.
previous races, as it showed in the previous race with Adam, that's just how he starts off to get his big speed boost.
Yeah, Cherry did the same. It just showed them on a whole different level.
Yep. But yeah, Adam's enthusiasm, even his enthusiasm to like embarrass and injure his opponent wasn't there like he had with Reiki. He just raced and that was it.
I think because he just knew everything that was going to happen, it wasn't interesting to him. They even hinted at it, right? When Cherry dodged a love hug and was just like, "You knew I was gonna dodge it. That's why you did it." And Adam's like, "Yep." I think Meep hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In the beginning, what he said about not that he doesn't want to race against them because he finds them boring, but
Well, that's why I said, like, that's what it was clearly implying that Cherry thought. But I do believe Adam when he says that he doesn't care to hurt them. It's just boring.
ah. And I guess the only thing left to mention about this episode is Langa and Reiki. You know, there was a nice moment where Reiki just, was just like, "What the fuck are you doing, man? Get your shit together." But then it still ends with him giving up on Skate. On
Yeah,
S.
that was not what I expected. I didn't expect him to leave immediately after and give them his pin, which is what lets him get in and out.
Yeah, but all he has to do is text Shadow or Mia, and he's gonna get like another one. Like, it's a dramatic gesture because he's giving up on Skate, he's giving up on S, and I get it. But like, that went out the window the moment I remembered how he just texted one dude and shook hands in an alleyway and got Langa an S pin.
Hmm. Could be a thing of like, if you leave, you can't come back.
Hmm. Hmm.
Or maybe it's a thing of if you leave and quit, you'll be hunted down by the Skate Mafia.
Okay.
He'll be hunted down by Adam.
Reiki's walking down a back alley. Adam walks in front of him. He turns around. There's Adam as well. He's in the same place at one time.
He turns around, he sees Adam, he turns around again, love hug. PTSD sets in.
Reiki
Oh
gets a
no.
heart attack and fucking dies.
I do like how they're
I'm
like now. Go on.
I'm still trying to like figure out myself what's going to be happening with Reiki. Like I thought
Yeah.
I knew, but then the end of this episode really has me wondering now.
I mean, this was episode 9, right? Next episode is 10. Longest board is
Yeah,
broken.
there's
I mean,
12 episodes, so we got some time.
yeah, longest board is broken. We're gonna get the heart to heart and the fever pitch of their relationship next episode, most likely, if not certain.
Maybe
Yeah,
they won't make up.
Maybe they shall wake up.
wake me up.
early in the morning and put on some makeup.
Before you go.
I was going for more Evanescence, but
Yeah, I
yeah.
know. Anyway, shall we hold up cards, boys?
I'm good for cards. How about you?
We all went 3 different songs. Yes, I'm going to fuck this show. I'm just gonna get right to it because Skate is one of my babies. I love this show very much.
Yeah,
It always
same.
makes me happy.
Same,
And
man.
I liked this episode. I liked everything that happened. Little backstory stuff didn't feel real like awkward or heavy-handed like it has in some anime. Um, it was good. It was fun. It filled in some gaps, and I I thought I knew it was happening with Reiki, and now I don't, and I really want to see what's gonna go on there.
Yeah, I agree. I really enjoy the show. It was a lot more action packed. I was a bit disappointed at how dirty Cherry got done because with Joe, we at least got to see the race, and it was interesting and neat. With Cherry, we've never gotten to see many of the side characters do their skating, especially Cherry and Joe. That's why I got a little bit disappointed when we didn't get to see it. Then again, Shadow did just beat the rookie. We didn't even see that, but this whole thing. Uh, I really enjoyed it though. It was a lot of fun. Same with Reiki. I don't know what's gonna happen with that. I'm excited to see. And when Adam's not being a complete creep, I actually really like him as a villain. Just the creep stuff kind of puts me off a little bit. Not gonna lie.
It's supposed to, my dude. Same thing with Cherry. I think what you're
I know
feeling
it's
is
supposed to,
intentional.
but it still puts me off.
Well, accept it as intentional expression from the medium. I'm fucking this
I
episode
have.
too.
Doesn't mean I have to like it though.
Yeah, no, of course not. It's not. It's
And
not. Again, that's my point. It's not meant
you,
to be liked.
you
But I'm
can't
fucking this
deny
up.
that High School Adam was pretty hot.
Cherry agrees with you. But yeah, no, I am fucking this episode. This was really good. Opposite to me, if I wish we got more out of Joe. It's like it feels like both Joe and Cherry have been retired as skaters for this series. Um, Cherry, we that's the thing with Cherry though. We got everything that he could or was going to do. All the calculations, all the AI, the blind turns, the the longboard, the shortboard transformation, the little spoiler that it got to kind of help him have less wind resistance. All of that, everything Cherry could do, we got to see this episode, and then he got laid the fuck out by Adam because his skating style is too mechanical. It's too calculated. It's predictable. And that feeling of disappointment of them not even finishing the race, I think we're supposed to feel that because Adam just literally took Cherry out of the race and kind of out of skate. I look forward for them being like senpais, of them being like the senior skaters who will advise Langa and Reiki once they make up most likely next episode. Once they most likely make up next episode. But as skaters, I just don't see them being prevalent anymore.
I can't wait to
Unfortunately.
see Cherry at the next S skating with his wheelchair.
Just fucking doing ollies with on the board with the chair.
I mean, it looks like the color and the lights of the chair looks like it's another one of his inventions as well.
Yeah, I wasn't sure because when he rolled in the chair it was like kind of teal, but then like there was that like corner shot right when Joe was getting the wine. I think he just brought his board with him. I don't know though. Maybe it is.
I feel like with the kind of crap he does, it might be like another one of his inventions.
Very true. It's like I said, it's very possible. Cherry's
This
a
is my
smart boy.
wheelchair that can grind a rail. I can do kickflips in this.
Guys, that's another trifecta for Skate the
Ooh
Infinity.
boy.
Horimiya, episode 9. Miyamura does his best to continue to be tougher for Hori, but his middle school bully steps back in his life. Miyamura loses and finds his phone while befriending yet another guy who likes Hori, and his middle school bully tries to make amends with Miyamura.
So the middle school bully is gay for Miyamura, right?
I don't think that. I think he just has this overwhelming sense of guilt.
I think
Especially
the school bully is a sensitive. I think the school bully is a sensitive boy that regrets what he did.
Nah,
Oh,
fuck
yeah.
him. He sucks.
I actually this morning an article popped up on my phone talking about like the the lesson from that specific episode of Horimiya with where Miyamura forgives his bully.
Yeah.
I thought that was very interesting that popped up on my phone today.
Bullies are not owed forgiveness, but it is the victim's choice to forgive. Dal, you have to remember that it's not your place to forgive him or not. It's the victim.
I am proud of Miyamura. He is healing. The final scene we see in this episode, the way he's talking to Hori about things, he is healing, and I'm very happy for him. And
every
I don't know
episode, Miyamura is more happy, and I love it.
Yeah, and I think that's something that's keeping this show running in it's a very nice momentum. It's subtle, but it's there, and I think it helps the show keep a very good momentum in its pacing.
As Toto said, it's not our place.
Yeah, it's not our
Now,
place to mourn the dead. We don't. It's not our place. The right to mourn is reserved to the people that know the person that's lost. It's not our place to, or something along those lines. But
not our place to forgive the bullies that didn't bully us.
I don't know. Like, the whole time when he fucking showed up with his friend and they both started talking shit into his face when Miyamura tried to be nice again to them, and the look on Miyamura's face, I was just going there. I was just waiting for Miyamura to deck him. Like, my notes read, "Deck him, Miyamura." Oh, good job, Hori. Well done.
she's got it. Now speaking of people getting decked and Hori,
What the fuck, Hori?
her fucking this is okay. That specifically was the spoiler I tagged Meepin in the memes where she says in the manga, "Come on, just one slap, please."
I am I'm so mixed in how I feel about everyone thinking Miyamura is an abuser, because like Hori comes out of the store, he slaps her and grabs her and walks away, and they're like, he's hitting girls now, and I'm like, I'm so mixed on how I feel about
I'm mixed about them thinking that's cool.
The way that they did that fucking scene.
It was incredible.
Where
I
she
laughed
comes
so
out
hard.
and she walks up to him with the basket like Miyamura,
She doesn't
and he
walk
like,
up
takes
to
her
him.
hand and then slaps her.
She like almost skips up to him. Like, she does like a little pouncy little jog up to him. Like, she hurried over to him and he just slap. And all of them are like, "Oh my god, we're at the bottom of the food chain."
He just slaps and grabs her hand. If I remember correctly, the dialogue was what took so long, bitch.
Yeah.
You just see her saying, "I'm sorry." Her fetish is weird.
Listen, I've been with someone who has impact play. I've had partners who have had impact play fetishes.
She likes to be hit. She likes to be yelled at. That later scene where he yells at her, and you see her head down, and when it pans back to her, she's like shuddering and
She's
flushed.
horny. She's horny.
Yeah, she likes it way too much.
Fucking Shota, not Shota. I have his name written down.
Soda.
Shindo.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the younger brother.
No, his name is Shota.
No, it is not. That.
Look, Shindo's whole thing it's a sexual thing, isn't it? No, it isn't.
Yes, it is, Miyamura.
He's probably trying to convince himself it's
He's
not
trying to
sexual.
convince himself. And then he grabs her and God, don't you ever shut up, bitch, let's go. We're going home. And she's like, yes, okay, yeah. And then he just screaming her is like, keep fucking walking. This isn't a sexual thing, by the way. And I'm like, who are you lying to, Miyamura? You're lying to yourself. Also, Shindo, Not Shindo. Yeah, it is Shindo. You and me both, Shindo. You and me both.
I I am so like Miyamura, the confidence in that boy to do this shit in public.
Yeah,
That's what I was leading up to. I've had partners who've had impact play fetishes and even like what's the term? Not talking down, not basically belittling fetishes and no. There's a
beratement.
specific term. There's like it's degradation, I think, or something
Yes.
along the lines of that. Um, Never in public, never in school. It was always a closed door thing. Them doing that in public and people thinking that this is just how their relationship are, that Miyamura, like, I agree with me, they're playing it off as a joke. I'm personally like, this is weird. The show does it in such a wholesome and sometimes funny way that I have a hard time being uncomfortable with it.
You're
But like
conflicted with it.
humiliation, there we go. Thank you. Yeah, degradation or humiliation. Thanks, Rob. Thanks, chat. Um, but yeah, they do it. It's this strangely wholesome and funny way that makes it difficult for me to be mad at them or upset with the show for doing it. But it needs to be noted that it is strange, right? Even Miyamura goes like, "I don't want to kink shame, but I'm gonna go
No,
talk to
he
her dad."
no, like he even said at one point, it's like, is there something wrong with her? And he was going to say something, and he looks at her face, looks at the way she's smiling. He's just like, you know what? I'll just learn to live with it and stop thinking about it.
But is there something
Because
wrong?
she never got punished yet.
Maybe, but
Because her
like
parents were never around.
yeah, because Miyamura said like, yeah, he's like, damn it, fine. I guess I'll just have to learn how to live with it. Though I have to wonder sometimes, is there something wrong with Hori's head? And I'm like, same, Miyamura, same.
Like
I just
literally, he's just gonna. His plan is just, I'm gonna turn my brain off and do this for her.
even when he's talking to the other guy, it's like, "Do you think you could ever hit Hori?" What? No, obviously
No,
not. He's like,
not just hit, not just hit. He said, "Do you think you could ever punch Hori?"
"Oh."
He didn't say just hit. He said punch her. Like,
And
and
then
he said I could never hit her, but Miyamura went straight for like a punch in his when he was asking.
he was
Jesus.
like, "You can be with Hori then."
Also, to be
So,
clear, just to put it in very direct terms, I'm not saying there's something fundamentally wrong with this kink. That is something between you and your partner, and if you do it in a safe and mutually understanding way, that's totally fine. What I was bringing up earlier is the fact that they're doing this in public and in school, where he's like grabbing her, calling her a bitch, yelling at her, and like there are already issues with people talking about shit, and you know that in the real world that can get like authorities and police involved, and you know there needs to be some kind of social barrier, in my opinion, when it comes to kinks being publicly expressed that are seen as, you know, deviant. But yeah, Meep, you were making a good point about her never being punished by her family.
Ah, fuck. I forgot I was on push speak. I was saying someone in chat did mention that like, oh, they think the kinks are being portrayed badly, and I agree, but I think it's intentionally because obviously this is Miyamura. Miyamura is obviously new to this. He obviously doesn't get the social cues of like how to do it, and Hori is enjoying it way too much. I think it's intentional and going to get explored at some point. Because at some point, I see a teacher stepping in and
Robot.
explaining, "Oh, can't do that at school, man. We can't have a snail trail going down the hallways, you know."
Jesus Christ, Meep. Why couldn't you fucking robot it at that part? Oh my god.
What?
But I think I do agree that I think they're leading up to a conversation about it. Like there will be an episode where that gets explored. Doesn't need to be like discussed, but explored because like he started talking to her dad about it, and her dad was like, "I don't fucking know." Also, when they showed the scene of him, like the imagined image of him cleaning up, like putting on a suit, combing his hair back, and tying it up, and like styling it, I was just like, "Oh no, he's hot."
I love that
love
whole thing is like maybe she likes it because it's the exact opposite of you. He's just thinking like the exact opposite. Like if you were to put on a suit and tie and go to a job, just that response of "ouch." But yeah,
And then he's like,
he's
"Well,
like
this
he's
horse."
just like "ow." But yeah that. Sorry, what'd you say, me?
Sorry, that was my fault. I was saying I just love when he was like, "Oh, is Hori Pragerson again?" It's like, what? What?
Again.
Pretty sure that was
I,
Dad just being a fucking troll.
it was, and that's what I love. I like him. I
Or
really
maybe,
do.
or maybe Soda is Hori's child. No, I'm joking. But I do love the dad too. The dad is one of my favorite
Dude,
characters.
is there anything you can do about your connection? You keep roboting out like on your third sentence.
I'm in the green. I don't. I'm
You're
at
hearing this
71
too, right,
MF.
Gilly, or is it me?
No, I'm here on my end too.
Hmm. One day, Meep, you're gonna have to throw hands with your
I
router
think
or
it's
just your
just the
entire
distance
internet counter.
between our countries because my connection looks perfectly fine. It might just be because of how far away we are.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, no, Meep. I have conversations from places way further than Canada. But yeah, it could be a data dip. But regardless, it's clear now. You were saying you do like Dad?
I was saying I do like the dad. He's one of my favorite side characters in this show.
He's a
I'm
good like.
still.
He's very good. He comes off as a comedic relief, and I like it.
Mm-mm-mm. I mean, we got a break from him for an episode, if not two, which is what I needed from him because they were overusing his shtick with the family. So I enjoyed seeing him. Still think he's a schmuck, but I think at the end he means well.
I'm still wondering
I
what he does.
He's a
might be a
gigolo.
government agent.
My name is what was his name? Kyoko?
Kyosuke.
Kyosuke.
Kyoko is Hori's first name.
Yeah. My name is Kyosuke Hori. I work for the government. Kent Mansley.
Oh boy, it's good to say good morning, Japan.
The Japanese
American
CIA.
They have an alien living in the attic. That's what the anime doesn't show you.
Soda is the alien.
Oh god. Who would be the fish?
Shindo.
Wait, Gilly, does that make Miyamura Jeff?
Let's not keep going on this path here.
Anyway.
Oh, we got a name for green hair.
Shu.
Yeah, it's just Shu.
Yep, thanks, Shu. And thanks
Apparently
for
he
your
likes-
crucial contribution in this episode.
Yeah, the fact that he likes to sing rap.
And Western pop sometimes.
Yeah.
I feel a little
Him
bad.
and Toru are apparently pretty decent friends, and that's why he always appears, but he doesn't ever do anything.
I hope we get more of Toru soon.
Yeah, I think we got a good of him like the
we
other
set up
episode.
a whole. Well, yes, but they set up this whole little romantic subplot with him and two different girls, and I want to see that come to a conclusion before our last episode.
I do feel bad that Shu is probably the most minor character, apart from even more than Hori's mom.
Oh, I'm a dog. Can a dog be a main character? I can't do a good
That
Shu
was
voice. That's a Dragon Ball. That's a Dragon Ball reference for you.
You roboted out in the middle there, so it was a particular hellish take.
I said that's a Dragon Ball reference because she was the name of the dog in Dragon Ball.
Oh, I get it now. It's with the Pilaf gang.
Yeah.
Jumping Dragon Balls. Do you fly just to go?
I love that it robots every time I
30
think you
feet.
pitch. Okay, maybe try hopping in. Try
He wasn't
hopping
even
out and hopping in.
roboting that time. It was complete. He was just cutting out.
Oh, was it? It's to me. It was like.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe try hopping out and hop back in. Maybe it's Discord being fucky. Welcome back.
Maybe we should change the server, like which server the server goes off of.
We can try that out in post. But with that, yeah, this was. I'm ready for cards if you guys are.
I actually wanted to bring up the rabbits. The rabbits, George.
Yeah,
That was
man,
such a
fuck
fucking
that
okay.
guy.
The rabbits, the whole thing, the real thing with the rabbits happening was one thing. His crazy ass fever dream, though,
Mm.
where he's just locked in a box with Miyamura, and there's rabbits, and they're staring at him with their cold black eyes.
Because he killed the rabbits, George.
That is like some nightmarish kind of fever dream going on.
Tell me about the rabbits, Miyamura.
I can't. You fucking killed him.
Oh.
And then publicly blamed him and spread rumors that he was the one. That it was Miyamura's fault. Even though Miyamura really enjoyed hanging out with the rabbits because he felt really alone. Hate this kid. Congratulations, Remy. You've been promoted to all right character.
Congratulations. What?
Congratulations, Remy. You've been promoted to all right character. The new worst character is this bitch.
Remy is fine, you fuck.
That's what I said. She's been promoted to all right character.
I'm nominating her for best side character. You can't stop me.
Gross. Well, I mean, too bad because that's never gonna come to pass.
Listen, I know Toto and Shadow are gonna win, but damn it.
You
But yeah,
nominate Remy for best side character. I nominate the rest of the roster for this show as the best side character. Filibuster. I'm an American.
Joke's on you, I have a 12 gauge.
We have nukes. Does Canada have nukes?
Do you have access to the nukes? And no, Canada doesn't have nukes. Listen, we committed war crimes, but we didn't commit those war crimes.
I don't want to set the world on fire. Yeah, no.
Your country doesn't.
The fever dream was interesting. I felt like they were going for a kind of like psychological horror aspect into the insights of the bully's mind. I appreciated what they were going for. I don't think. I think it. I thought it was a perfectly good scene. I watched Wonder Egg episode 7, and then and then looking back, I'm like, it's fine. I feel like they could have went a little bit more existential, or a little bit more deeper. But it was a good scene. It was a good scene.
We haven't gotten anything else from the one black-haired girl that has a crush on Hori, have we?
Thank fucking God.
I think I don't know. It feels like she was just gonna be a. It feels like she's just a one-off.
Nah, she'll be back. Not a single character has
makes
been a
me
one-off.
And Gilly, they have been doing something that you mentioned, where sort of every now and then there will be a new person that has a crush on Hori, but I think they've been doing it well. Because, it's not like a whole love triangle thing. It's like, oh,
Well, it's
this
also
person
not.
likes
It's
her.
also like these people do end up like coming around having a crush on Hori, but they're not like actively fighting for her. They're just being kind of distanced because they do have the feelings.
Yeah, and they know she has a boyfriend, so, they're cool not to act on those feelings.
I mean, the show's self-aware of it because Miyamura and Toto both went in one voice. Oh God, like they were like, "Oh, another person that has a crush on her." No, Toto was like, "Geez, another person that has a crush on Hori. How many does that make?" And then both of them in one voice. If you're gonna crush on Hori, you better be prepared to commit yourself 100%. And just her being a tyrant in the background.
Dal,
Look,
I think you're starting to get...
they've referred to her as the Ice Queen, so
Dal, I think you're starting to get delusional like Toto. Because I don't think Toto went to school with both Miyamura and Itadori.
Did I say Toto? Fuck. Toru.
You said Toto. My best friend. What's your type?
Who would
Points
he be
to
best
Ori.
friends with?
My best friend, Miyamura.
No, I don't think Hori is his type. She's not, thick.
No, I was saying Miyamura points to Hori.
Yeah, and then Toto punches Miyamura.
No, I feel like Toto would be able to respect that. But I feel like he'd just look at her and go, "Oh, I am so sorry."
You saying that Toto could respect that, I think, indicates your lack of understanding of Toto as a character.
No, he can't understand someone giving the boring answer of, "Oh, I like the personality." But I'm sure he can understand someone going, "I like small titty." I'm sure he could respect that view and just go, "All right, you're not someone I can vibe with, but I can understand."
Speaking
Well, I
of
mean,
small titty,
technically, the whole thing with Fushiguro when he described it, he respected Fushiguro's opinion, but he wanted to fight him.
Fair enough. But he still called Fushiguro boring.
no, he said, "This is boring.
Well,
I'm gonna go beat the shit out of you now."
He...
that's just how he is.
True.
yeah,
I
I'm happy Toto has gotten a lot more character since that episode.
I want to see. I want to see. Fucking. I want to see the
We already
teacher
saw
from
fucking.
episode 1 come back. God damn it! No, I missed it. Remember? I didn't even realize it happened.
Well, rewatch it, Fivehead.
But yeah, no, I want to see the teacher come back. Speaking of small titty, I want to see the teacher come back from episode 1.
uh,
I want to see him come back, but I want like Kyosuke to find out what he said to his daughter. I want Kyosuke to fist fight him.
Yata-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. I want to see Kyosuke in the suit again.
but this time it is. But this time it's real.
I'm gonna Photoshop Kyosuke's face on Stan. I want you to know this.
Okay.
I love all the characters, and I love all the characters in this show. They're all really nice.
For sure.
They all have so much heart.
They have so much what?
Heart.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm speaking very unintelligibly. Heart.
Heart. Okay. I thought you were saying this. They're hot. Yeah, man. This show continues to just.
I mean, some of them are quite hot. Yeah.
Still horny for Miyamura.
Toru's hot.
Horu. Horu?
Toru.
Purple hair.
Toru. Sorry, I think my brain's shutting down.
The green-haired girl is more my type.
Sakura?
I mean, look.
Yuki's mine. My type.
I mean, Toru from Jackie Chan Adventures is also pretty hot.
He's.
Are you ready for cards, ladies and gents?
Yeah.
I can't believe that's what broke me.
He doesn't like the big kings.
I try to repress that show.
Why?
Good show. How dare you?
It's a good show. Yeah, the fuck you talking
Because
about?
it gave me nightmares as a kid, that's why.
That's on you.
I'm gonna
No, it's
fuck.
not.
And with that, I'm going to fuck this show. I really like this show. This and Skate, they're my children. I love them. I will protect them from all harm.
I'm
I'll throw
fucking this
myself
show
on
too.
the grenade.
No, not at all. You throw yourself on you think you're throwing yourself on the grenade, and then you look up, and I'm standing there, right there with you over it, going, "My brother." Also, the amount of public humiliation, degradation, and impact play is the reason why this episode is called Breaking. And what happened to Cherry is the reason why this episode is called Breaking Broads. Anyway, I'm fucking this show. It's while sometimes I think its subject matter can be questionable in the way it is executed, or I guess it is the execution of its subject matter is questionable at certain points. I still love it. This show is funny, and even when I dislike a character, I understand that the show is going to delve into even if it's just slightly, it's going to delve into the greater reasonings behind it. Each episode is just a continuation of this story that has the time skip. Like I know there are time skips happening, but the pacing, they do it so nonchalantly that it just flows. This is a really good show. This is a really really good show. I like it lots. Big fuck.
Didn't see anything, Gilly. You didn't see anything.
I did see that.
Gilly,
I have
message
the
me what you
power.
saw.
I'll just tell you.
Is it just judging by
have the
Meep's
power.
reaction? I feel like it
No,
might violate the terms of service.
No, it won't. He was putting up the votes, and when he put up your name, like Meep, fuck Gilly, fuck Dalron, Meep.
Meep, are you projecting?
That's why I sent a message saying, "Are you shipping yourself with Dal?"
I mistyped, okay? I'm
Did you
also gonna fuck
mistype?
the show. While you two are standing while you two are standing over the grenade, me, Gojo, and Toto are just standing back, sipping our chalky milk. And I'm fucking this episode.
I think that's 3 trifectas for each thing we had today, right?
Yeah?
Look, I don't think Toto's sipping chalky milk. I think he ordered some idle sweat.
Oh no.
Oh. He would totally buy the he would
Yeah,
totally
yeah.
buy
The
fucking
bathwater.
Belle
Yeah.
Delphine
Belle Delphine's
bathwater.
bathwater. Yeah, that's. I
No,
didn't
not
want to
Belle
just
Delphine
say.
because she's not tall and she doesn't have a big ass. But
Look,
he would buy this
didn't want.
idol's bathwater.
I didn't want to just. I didn't want to go with bathwater. That's why I said sweat.
That's. I feel like that's worse.
I mean,
It is.
maybe depends
Anyway,
on your preference.
let us not continue this discourse on what is more degenerate. What bodily fluid infused liquid of an idol or internet persona is more degenerate to buy and own and cherish. Let us
Uh,
let us.
yes. We'll do a poll over in the server.
No, we fucking will not.
I will post a poll.
God damn it. I feel like Stu making pudding at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Can, can I unearth one of the graves for a moment?
Yeah, go ahead. I want to talk about One Direct Priority, but I'll do that last so that because it's a heavy show.
By the way, nothing died. First time I believe ever since things started to die.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. Let's see. This is episode 9.
It's good.
2 episodes off 7. Hmm. 3 shows that for 6 episodes. That means for 6 episodes something has died.
No, for 7 episodes something has died.
Then would be
Because
down
we're on
to...
to 3 shows.
Oh yeah,
left.
right. Duh. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that counts. Yeah, that adds up.
Nothing died the first week because we couldn't kill anything the first week, but the second week was when Eklarm died.
Oh yeah, actually, I'm tired on the second week. No, but then doesn't that mean we still have one episode that something didn't die on, not counting the first week? I can't recall which week it was, but just by math, I feel like the math means that there were 2 weeks where nothing died. Yes, this week. Okay. Anyway, moving on.
No, because this is week 9. This is week 9. This is week 9. Week 1 nothing. Week 1 nothing died, and week 9 nothing died. So that leaves 7 weeks where something has died.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It all adds up now. Cool. Right on. Yeah. It's a good time.
But I actually I caught up with the show that died last week. I watched the episodes of Cells at Work Code Black, which were actually really good.
So just a heads up, there will be spoilers for all of Code Black, Beep, or
No, there's still one more episode. I just read the manga because I was curious on how it ended,
Okay.
which I actually like the ending.
So heads up,
But
big Code Black spoilers. If you're watching the show, you might want to, skip ahead.
so in episode 10, our red blood cell boy, he and the other red blood cell go to the stomach, and some stuff happens, and his friend ends up dying to save him, and it ends up traumatizing the poor boy and really sending him on a depressive tailspin. And the next episode is about gout, and it deals with the red blood cell dealing with this trauma, and he meets another cell that the blonde haired boy used to talk with a lot. And there's a lot of like pain in that's worked through this episode until
So,
eventually our red blood cell boy snaps and
quick
starts
question:
route. Oh, yeah.
the friend of the blonde red of the red blood cell, right?
Mhm.
Have we seen them before, or are they just thrown in there and they're like, ah, yes, I
No,
was this guy's friend all along?
no, they show up. They show up in the episode right after the one that we killed. That's another episode. I didn't cover that, but that's where our red blood cell starts getting overworked, and like the work is finally starting to catch up with him because now he's training rookies and he's at a breaking point to where the blonde blood cell tells him, "Hey, it's okay to take some time to yourself and relax. You're not going to do anyone good if you work yourself to death." And it deals with that, and we meet them in that episode, and it's this really nice female cell that like talks to the blonde boy, and she's like, "Hey, are you gonna come over for tea again today?" And the blonde boy's like, "Oh no, I have to show this man the ropes." You know what I mean? And it's implied and even shown at some parts in that episode that this girl he would always talk to, and she would listen to his problems. They had this pseudo friendship going on. And it was nice. And then we see her again in episode 11, because she showed up in episode 9. Then episode 10 was when Blonde Boy died. Episode 11 is when we see her again, and she talks with our cell boy and basically finds out the Blonde Boy died, and it breaks her heart as well, and it made me sad. And Blonde Boy, or not Blonde Boy, brunette haired boy, he ends up rallying a bunch of other cells to start like attacking the world to try and get the body to realize that it's dying. And that's where we get our a really big interaction between white blood cell and brunette blood cell, where she's like, I know this world is really fucked up, but we have to work for it for those that have died in it, because if we just give up on it, that's ruining what they've done. And it was this really nice and sweet moment between the two of them. And while there wasn't penetration, my ship has partially sailed.
Your ship, our ship, Meep. Although, let's be honest, that's everyone's ship.
Listen, I liked those episodes. They were really good. Like they dealt with everything really well, and I liked it. Like in episode 9, it had some good setup for stuff that they were doing in 10 and 11. Like just I really like the character development of blonde-haired Boyd. He eventually he at the start he would always run away and not want to fight for the environment, and in the end he died saving it, or saving a part of it at least, with his friend.
Yeah, I mean, you sent me a screen cap, and all I know is that fucking the white blood cells pull out the rocket launcher.
Yeah. Other than that, I watched Golden Kamuy episode 10 of the English dub of season 3, and uh, I ended up watching, what was it? Oh, Kimono Jihen. And I think that was about, no, Beastars as well. I ended up watching the other episode, Beastars. That's been about it for me, though.
Do you recommend all those shows?
I recommend Kimono Jihen just in general. I don't think you'd like it, though, Dal. I recommend Beastars, and I would obviously recommend Golden Kamuy. I would not be continuing to watch these shows if I couldn't recommend them.
True. Why would you not recommend me Komodo Jihan?
It deals with some subject matters that I don't think you'd vibe with. Like, example, the main characters are really young, and there is a romance subplot with two of them, and it's like these kids are like 10. Why is there a romance subplot?
Yep, sounds about right.
I posted
I'm not
my
gonna say with
poll.
who or how it starts for obvious spoiler reasons.
Yeah.
Also, Gilly, I saw you put up that poll.
Yes, I did.
Motherfucker. Anyway, is that all you want to talk about, Meep?
For me personally, yeah.
Cool. Gilly, any watchings on your part, or are you just vibing?
Didn't have time.
Just vibing and terrorizing the polls. Gotcha.
Yeah. Everyone answer. I need to know.
In this case, God damn it all. In this case, I will take this opportunity to talk about Wonder Egg, episode 7. Um, the episode starts off with an absolutely adorable scene with all of the girls getting ready in the morning. Ai's getting ready for school for the first time. The girls are she's showing her uniform, asking if she tied her tie right because her uniform has a little tie. You know, oh no, I forgot her name. Momoe is just oh, your school has lapel pins. That's cute. And then, all the girls are just yeah, you look great. It's cute. It's cute. Rika teases her about her skirt being too short, which it's great because it's constantly panning shots between the girls as they text while showing their messages. And since a lot of people were responding to Aya's messages, they weren't showing her for a bit. And then when Rika chimes in, it's wow, Aya, your skirt is so short. I'm surprised you're wearing something like that. It just pans back to Aya, pouting, blushing, sitting on her bed, typing. It's not that short. It's so cute. It's really cute. Also, it's Rika's birthday, and we find out that her mom is a drunk. It is the morning time. She is going to school. Her mom is passed out at the bar. Also, her mother runs a bar, and she, running the bar, takes many lovers, and Rika has no idea who her dad is. And on her birthday, her mother promised to tell her who her father was, and she just started making drunk excuses again. So, yeah, Rika's not okay. Rika's really not okay. Gods, is Rika not okay? I forgot. First of all, I haven't watched it in 2 weeks, so I forgot just how gorgeous this show looks like, and just how amazing it is at facial expressions and animations. And there is just so much emotion throughout all of it, from the super cute scene that was so full of character expression, to the scene with Rika and her mom, and then all the girls get together and start talking, and they buy Rika cakes, and they meet up in the garden, and it's all fun and games, but Rika's not okay. She's being more aggressive than before, and everyone's hey man, what's going on? And she's okay, it's my birthday, so you guys gotta help me out with you guys do what you guys do. You guys gotta do what I say, and you're gonna help me find my dad. And she pulls out 5 photos of her mom with different guys, and my mom says it could be any one of these guys, or maybe none of them, and laughs. And then Neru kind of presses on her to stop making jokes about everything, and if she continues shit talking her mom, she's gonna regret it. To which Rika snaps and runs off. Ai chases her because Ai's a good bean, and Rika goes into how she has this complex of the unwanted child, of a drunk mother who is regrets having her, and it's fucking heartbreaking. She has that complex hard, and this episode dives really deep into Rika's character and her personal life, her relationships with her parents, or non-existing. By the way, they live in the bar. Her mom sleeps in the storage room behind it, and Rika has this tiny, dingy room that's a fucking mess upstairs. And that night, she comes close to... You know what? I'm just gonna say, content warning from here on end. Wonder Egg deals with very deep and dark motifs. Um, so, trigger warning, sensitive content warning from this point on. She comes close to cutting herself again. And that scene is so expressive in its animation that you really feel the pain that she's going through. The eyes get those lines underneath them, like it's rough. And they don't skip out on the animation of the cutting scars. And then it cuts to the Wonder Egg scene where it's this cult leader and this girl who had a burn mark, and someone cheated her and her family out of all their money, and so they just gave everything they had left over to this cult leader who did a group suicide and convinced them that, to relinquish their materialistic possessions to him, and he instead will connect them to the truth of the universe and give them cosmic energy into their soul, as their souls, usual cult exploitative bullshit. And Rika almost kills herself. Rika almost gives to that because the girl starts telling her that it's okay, like she cuts herself too, he can make all the pain go away. And we almost lost one of the girls, and it was really sad. And then Rika understands that the little animal that she has just summons itself to protect her, and she's like, I'm going to be a better mom to you than my mom has ever been to me. And she kind of snaps out of it. So, very sad, with a near cutting scene coupled with a near Wonder Egg, Rika becoming a Wonder Egg scene. And it did a really good job of just expressing, this show really knows what it's doing, man. Like, I understand that this is not comfortable for people, but like, it understands the psychological stress, pain, and trauma, the distress that someone goes through. Rika just standing there being like, I'm tired. You telling me that listening to him will make this go away? Okay, I'm tired. And that, I felt that. Depression sucks, y'all. But then the combat turned into crazy, trigger-like, dynamic, like super, super bright and loud combat. And like she pulled like a whole like Gurren Lagann move with the turtle, where she did like a spin blade. The turtle turns into a giant Godzilla-esque creature, and they just destroy it. The energy and the music come back up. Rika's spunk comes back, and they succeed over their inner demons, and it was really cool. But at the very end, there was a scene that really just shows, like, fuck, man, the dialogue in this show during character X character moments, like those scenes, it's so good. It doesn't waste a single line, and it's so well designed to put you right in the gut with feels. Because she finally comes downstairs and eats the cake and stops ignoring her mother after the Wonder Egg scene. And the mom drunkenly is just like, it's fine. One day you're going to abandon me too, like everyone else. And Rika's like, yep. But not right now. And continues eating the cake. And it cuts on that. And I'm like, fuck. And that's Wonder Egg Priority episode 7, y'all.
Sounds interesting.
I would be very curious to know if you would have hated this episode, and if you would have, how you would have felt about Rika afterwards, Meep. Specifically because I remember you did not like her.
E.
Yes, person in chat who's saying y'all, y'all, y'all. And yeah, for those of you in chat, y'all wild now, y'all. For those of you who are saying, this show sounds interesting, I cannot recommend it enough. Ultimately, the ending of the show will define how I feel about it. But I have not seen a show that has such a good understanding of its subject matter and the psychological impact that people go through dealing with these kinds of issues. Like, this isn't very well written and very well understood in a psychological aspect, which for me, absolutely fascinating. Like, I have my own family complexes and my own, and I'm not ashamed to say it. Like, I have my own struggles with depression. In fact, I crashed pretty hard this past Sunday. And there was a moment where I wanted to stop watching this because I'm like, I have my own family issues and some things hit close to heart. But I understood the reason I felt that. I understood the reason I felt that was because the show really understands what someone like Rika might be going through. It's not that her behavior is excusable. It's that from the very beginning I was like, God, Rika's the worst. Can't wait for them to explain why and make me feel utterly bad for her. But yeah, that was One Direct Priority episode 7. You guys probably don't have much you want to say on the matter, especially since you didn't see it. I just wanted to highlight how this show continues to be brilliant, and I look forward to going into episode 8 next week. Maybe even both of them, episode 8 and 9.
I am excited for next week as well because I like the 3 shows we have left. While I'm sad Code Black couldn't make it, I understand.
And plus, everyone's still watching their own thing.
I'm assuming once Gilly has more time, he might watch more Spider. Is that correct?
Oh,
Probably
that's right.
Spider and actually sit down and binge all of 2.13, 2.13, 2.14. I actually forgot exactly.
The volleyball.
Hmm.
If you want
Yeah,
to,
the volleyball. I only ever watched the first episode. It had a whole big thing, and I didn't have time to watch any more after.
hey, if you ever want to do a watch party in the Discord, I'd be down to see it because I still want to check that out too.
I've already missed so much of it. I'm just gonna wait until it finishes out and binge the whole thing.
Yeah, all right. Cool.
Because at this point, it's easier to do that than try to catch up and then have to wait for the next episode.
Yeah, I want to check that out too. Also, I did technically watch the newest episode of Spider because my friend who I watched it with originally insisted for us to continue watching. It's growing on me, man. It really is.
Look, I have a lot of affection for that show. I just don't have time. I mean, Kimono Jihen's another show that I'll just wait till it's finished and binge as well.
Do you want me to spoil something that the latest episode pretty much outright said without saying it?
Oh, go ahead. I don't care.
All right. So, Spider, right?
Uh-huh.
You know the demon lord we saw who bites the world in the opening?
Yeah, the one that seems to be the one that we panned to in the last episode I watched.
Yeah. Did you notice anything about her motif?
Um, it's very lolly, which is kind of concerning.
Yeah, she is a little lolly. She's wearing that skin tight outfit and she's short and flat. Yeah, now my point.
And it's very. It feels very vampire, but also seemed very spidery itself.
Yeah, her cloak is in a spider web shape. It's
Yeah,
pretty
it
much
felt
confirmed that Spider takes place in the past, and Spider and Demon Lord are the same fucking person.
you know what's kind of funny? When I watched through both the opening and closing of Spider, I actually thought that's the way it was going because the opening actually seems to hint at that. If you rewatch the opening and look at it, that's actually something I've been thinking they were going to do for a while.
it's it actually makes me more invested in the show because I need to know what the fuck happens. Also, the opening is growing on me more. Not visually, I think the opening is still a
The
mess.
visuals are kind of the visuals are a mess, but I like how it sounds.
Yeah, the scene with blonde elf Loli teacher, teacher Loli, panning to the other students. You know, she kind of like does a little flourish and shows the cleric girl who looks so cute, but she's crazy. And then does the other pan to Prince Boy and red hair girl, and like the song kind of goes off from this crazy, almost Overlord esque sound to like a Celtic chant of da da da. It's like da 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 da.
I have one thing to say about the spider taking place in the past thing.
Uh huh.
It's fucking stupid.
No.
Yes.
No. For some reason, Spider got isekai'd before. Oh, I hope she's not Wonder Egged.
When
Look, Meep, it's not stupid.
No, fuck off with that shit. Kill you not
when
on the
a
stream.
show is trying to create suspense by having your character nearly die each episode, that takes away all the tension.
Do you remember playing level 1 in a hardcore RPG?
Yes?
It's hard.
Yes, I beat Borderlands on Ultimate Vault Hunter mode. I know what it's like.
Yeah. That's Spider right now.
Meep, it feels like there's no winning with you. If there's not enough tension and conflict, you don't like it. But if there's just a little bit too much tension and conflict, you don't like it. Make up your mind, Meep.
What do you mean? I love having tension and conflict. Which show was I saying there was too much tension?
Just saying.
I think Meep just doesn't like the Moe Spider.
If you're talking about Jujutsu, I'm just perfectly fine with the villain surviving. Just because I love the character development that comes out of the fights. It's just with Spider, I didn't notice any, other than leveling up. I didn't notice any noticeable character development coming out of Spider, and even then, I'm not a fan of the character.
Also, we get to learn more. No, Spider as a character has grown on me so much. Don't get me wrong. I still don't give a fuck about all the other students and the kids. Like, they're trying to focus a little bit more on them, but I'm just like, no. But yeah, there's some. It pretty much confirms that Spider takes place in the past before everyone else got isekai'd, which I hope is not a Wonder Egg is not leading up to a Wonder Egg scenario. But everyone, yeah, and then in the timeline where everyone else is, she's already the Demon Lord, the Mahojo. But
Wonder Egg and So What I'm a Spider are actually the same show?
no, no. Gilly, if you were here, if we were doing this actual proper TFS FMK style, I would get up right now, walk up to you, and run my hand down your face and say no.
I would bite you. I don't like that.
You're not supposed to.
No touch.
No
Unless you're
spider
willing to
Wonder
pay,
Egg.
honey.
No Wonder Spider Egg.
Jujutsu Wonder Spider.
Wonder Jujutsu Egg. So I'm a Wonder Jujutsu, so what?
I can't wait for Mahito to turn himself into a spider to fight Spider.
Wait, hold on. Idly Jujutsu Egg, so what? Black.
Reincarnation.
Black reincarnation,
No,
me?
X reincarnation.
X reincarnation. Alright, boys. Shall we?
Code jobless.
Code jobless. Shall we call it a session, y'all?
Yes, there's a cat sniffing my microphone, though.
Well,
Thank
cats,
you, everyone,
please stop.
for joining us. I have been Meep, joined by my co-hosts Gilly and Dalaron. Say goodbye, everyone.
Thanks for coming, everyone. As always, you can catch us live here on Dalaran Quest, twitch.tv/Dalaran Quest, DALARON Quest. Things have been a little rough past month and leading into 2 now, so sorry guys, haven't really been streaming much. But yeah, if you guys are hanging out here and enjoying the show, drop a follow. If you're on YouTube, hit that like button. Helps us see that, this content's actually really fun for people. And as always, just come and hang out. We like seeing your thoughts on the animes, seeing your thoughts on our thoughts, and yeah, just the more involved, the merrier. Also, hi, Gilly.
Yes, I've been Gilly. It has been a time. Make sure to vote on that poll. Right now we're tied.
God damn it.
We will also be uploading the episode 8 soon. Same with episode 9. So stay tuned for that.
Indeed, episode 8, as of this live recording, is going up today or tomorrow.
Yeah.
And with that, y'all, I bid you adieu. We'll catch you guys next week. Also, follow the Discord. It'll be in the doobly-doo, or now the link will be in the chat for active updates about when the next live stream is coming.
Yes, make sure to follow the Discord where you can vote on polls that I post.
Well, you know what, guys? Never mind. You don't really need to follow. You know what? Don't follow the Discord. Just don't do it. Don't join the Discord.
Really posting random polls.
Bye, everybody.
Gruyere or Brie. Goodbye.